Hey, welcome back. It's me, Erica. I am your host of our new series entitled Spirit-Led Parenting. We've been walking together. I've been your homegirl, your road dog. If you're new here, I'm a lot more professional early on, okay? We are family now, and we getting ready to talk about discipline. You can only talk about discipline with family, because it gets dicey. So if you're new and you want to see a more professional, poised woman, you should go back and look at some of those tools about how to lead your children by the Spirit. If you've been here with me a while, we are so ready. We have been anticipating this day for a long time. How to discipline our children by way of the Spirit. If that's something that you're interested in, let's hop into it right now. All right, so in my experience, everyone has an opinion about how to discipline your children. Social media, family, neighborhood, grocery store, friends, everyone has an opinion. But that's just me. That's just my thinking. I didn't know if you felt that same way. So I decided to ask a couple of friends what they thought about discipline when it comes to children. And here's some of the responses I got. Oh, that's right. What do I think about discipline? Oh, I don't. I think children will be taught discipline by the universe. They'll learn on their own. Discipline. That is so easy. If it's not in this Bible, we don't do it. And that especially goes for all of you fun lovers. Ever found the word fun in the Bible? It's not there. You know where you can find it? In the first 3 letters of funeral. What's your deal? Aren't you supposed to be getting your room clean, getting started on that homework? Discipline. I got a wonderful tip. Do what I say, or I'm gonna paint your back porch red. Now get! No. In all seriousness, God has infinite wisdom, and He has made it available to us through Christ, that we may be led by the Spirit in how we discipline our children. So I want to introduce to you the 3 M's. The meaning of Spirit-led discipline, the motivation for Spirit-led discipline, and the miracle of Spirit-led discipline. Number 1, the meaning. The word discipline has the root word disciple in it, which means apprentice or trainee, someone who is learning how to do something. And so as parents, we are modeling for our children the way that we want them to live disciplined lives. Now, when I realized this, I had to repent, because I was like, am I even modeling Spirit-led anything to my kids? But I'm here to tell you that God is infinite in mercy, and He will help you along the way if you just turn to Him and say, God, I want to discipline my children the way you dreamed it up in your heart. And so number 2, the motivation for why we do it. We discipline our children because of love and because we want them to have peace in their lives. You're going to see me looking at some notes, but I want to read this to you. It says, for everyone, discipline seems painful at the moment, but later it yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. And so we are learning that when you're disciplining your children, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't always feel good for them or you. But honestly, when we discipline, we are building peaceable fruit in them of righteousness. We are doing it because we love them, not to show up other people's kids, not to prove that we're great parents, but because we love them and we want to see them have the fruit of righteousness in their life. And so that's our motivation. And finally, the miracle of Spirit-led discipline. The way that when we discipline our children according to the Spirit, what it produces, how it helps our children learn that they are loved, that they are blessed, how it teaches them to live self-disciplined lives. It is truly miraculous. You want to do it God's way. And that leads me to the tools and tips that I have for you for how to discipline your kids by way of the Spirit. Let's get into it. All right, so just a couple tips that you can use to help you while you're on your journey to Spirit-led discipline. Okay, number one, you don't want to discipline when you're mad. When you're angry, not a good time to discipline, okay? One of the rules I go by is that discipline plus anger can lead to abuse, which is like abnormal use of the discipline that we've been called to do with our kids. So, you know, take a beat, take a moment, try your very best not to discipline when you are angry, okay? Number two, you want to pray before you discipline, okay? We all have those situations where there's an emergency and we got to act. But for the most part, even if it's just help me Jesus, take time to invite God into that space of discipline, okay? You won't regret it. Number three, you want to make sure you connect discipline with instruction, okay? It should always be a teachable moment, okay? We don't just discipline without explanation. We don't just discipline without expressing and explaining the behavior that we expect to see, okay? So you want to connect those two. You want to connect discipline with instruction, okay? Number four, ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Ask other people in your community. I'm a resource. Feel free to leave comments below. Friends, family, people that you trust and that do not undermine your parenting as a whole. Ask for help. They may have some advice. They may have gone down this road before and can also offer some really great tips. So ask for help. Number five, be willing to grow in this area. There is no such thing as getting all of your disciplinary tips down. No, your children grow. They change. You grow. You change. So be willing to go back to the drawing board when it comes to working on and upgrading this area of discipline. Well, I hope I've been able to help you in some way. And this was the week that I really wanted to dive in and give you tools and get you away from being swayed by everyone's opinion, but really being led by the Spirit and how you discipline. I'm really enjoying myself with you, and I hope these tips have been a blessing. We will see you again next week. Thank you for stopping by. Talk to you soon. Bye.